So today is July 22nd, and the plan for the video is I'm gonna take you guys through a full day of eating slash training. And the reason why is because I haven't trained or stuck to my diet in the past week because we were on my annual trip, family trip to Mammoth. But before we jump into the video, jump into the training, jump into the eating, I gotta weigh myself because I gotta see what damage I did over this past week. So the scale says 209, which actually I'm not too upset about just because I weighed myself on the 12th, so about 10 days ago, and I think I was 206. So according to that, I gained 3 pounds. Obviously most of it is probably just water weight because I did have a lot of carbs and a lot of salty food while I was up there. Every year we do this trip, and this trip is like a mental reset. For a week I don't lift any weights. It's the only week out of the year that I actually schedule to not do any type of exercise. I did do some cardio. I ran for like, I think four out of the 7 days I ran. I like running up there just because the altitude, I think it's at like 7,000 or 8,000 altitude, and then obviously it's on a mountain, so a lot of hills. So that's just something I enjoy. But like I said, it's always a week where I'm able to kind of decompress, get away, and then I usually use that week to set goals for the actual upcoming year. It's kind of like actually like my New Year's resolution, just because like, I don't know, but something about nature. When you get into nature, you could set some good goals. But when I come back, then it's like strictly getting back on track. So I figured what better way to get on track than to show you guys what a full day of eating and training looks like since next Wednesday school starts, which means I am back in the classroom teaching high school. I love my job, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love teaching. It's just I have enjoyed this summer break with my wife and daughter too much to the point I do not want to go back. Anyway, I'm gonna whip up my breakfast. Now this is gonna be a low carb day. I'm back on the carb cycling. I'm doing low carb Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna do high carb on Wednesday. I'm gonna do low carb Thursday, Friday, and then I'm gonna do high carb slash cheat day on Saturdays. Now the goal, like I said, I'm at 209, the goal is to still get down to that 10% body fat, which if I did the math right, that's gonna be under 200 pounds. But I'm not weighing myself every day. I scratched that. The reason why I scratched that is because psychologically it was messing with me. I was watching the scale too much to the point where if it like didn't go down, I would think something was wrong, and I try to adjust, and I don't like that. I don't want my life to be run by a scale. However, I am going to weigh myself every week, once a week on Fridays. I'm going back to that, which I did that a long time ago. I'm going to go back to that and weigh myself every Friday, and then my goal is I think every 2 months I'll get my body fat tested, and that will be kind of the real thing, the real gauge. Because what also I noticed is the scale was saying one thing, but when I saw myself physically, like in the mirror when I'm working out or whatever, I felt like I was getting leaner. And I think that is something that I always say. You gotta measure or track your weight loss different ways, not just through the scale, which again, I'm speaking to myself right here because that's what I was doing. But anyways, let's make this breakfast and I'll show you what it looks like. That is cool. Look at this outfit. Wow, mama. You dressed yourself?
Yeah.
Look like a superhero. Superhero mermaid.
No.
Okay. So breakfast today, again, like I said, this is a low carb day. So I have 4 eggs, 12 grams of shredded cheese, 3 pieces of bacon, and then 2 of these carb tortillas. Macros for this, 609 calories, 51 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, and then 40 grams of fat with 34 grams of fiber. So obviously one of those tortillas I think has 34 or The tortillas are the 34 grams of fiber. So it's about 750 right now. I'm gonna eat this meal. This would be technically considered meal number 1. And then probably in about 3 hours, I will eat meal number 2. In between that though, I am gonna work out. So I will show you guys, this is technically like a pre-workout meal for the day. So I'm gonna enjoy this and I'll see you guys soon. It is 9:30, which means it is workout time. So pre-workout concoction. I'm doing a 0 Gatorade. This flavor, berry, is absolutely muy bien. So you do a little bit of that. A little mixy. And then I do a scoop of Megawatt. This one's melon berry. Very nummy. Just don't inhale it, because when you inhale it, it stings the nostrils. So you want to kind of do it from over here, because if not, you start choking. Links to all these products will be in the description. See, that's what I'm talking about. Don't inhale it, you die. Links to all these products are in the description if you want to help support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. So this is focus and a little bit of caffeine to get you going. This Intra-Formance, I mix 1 scoop of this, and basically this is some sodium to get the pump, make you look pump. 5 grams of creatine and then 3.2 grams of beta alanine. So this is pretty much what I need to get stronger, get the tinglies. So I do 1 scoop of that. And this flavor, black cherry. So it's pretty much a black cherry, melon berry, orangesicle. So this is some carbs, and this will just give you some energy and some more salt to get you that pump. So anyway, it's 9:30. I am gonna go change and then go out to my garage gym. This workout should take probably about an hour and a half with the little warm up in the beginning. And then it'll be time for meal number 2. And then I'll be heading to my parents' house to go swimming with a little tuna. So let's head to the garage. So for today's workout, we're doing a push day. But before we jump into shoulders, chest, and triceps, I've been starting every workout off with 30 minutes of walking. Nothing crazy. I just do a 3 speed with a 3 incline. And while I'm doing that, I'm sipping on my pre-workout, and then I'm reading whatever personal development book I'm reading at the time. Right now, I'm currently reading Outwitting the Devil Within. This is like the 3rd time I've read it. Good book by Napoleon Hill. I highly recommend it. Again, for the cardio, my main concern is just getting my steps in and getting that pre-workout in my veins before I jump into the actual chest workout. So first exercise I'm doing today for the push day is I got 5x5 on bench press. Obviously this is just a warm-up set, just kind of getting the mind-muscle connection before I jump into the heavier sets. Now the goal with this is obviously I'm doing 5x5, but I'm trying to reach basically my max effort with 5 reps. So it could possibly take me 8 sets if I put a certain weight on there. Say I put 205 on there and I get it easy, and I thought that was going to be my last set of 5, then I would add weight to it. The main goal is just trying to find a weight that is heavy for me and at the same time obviously safe, since I'm lifting by myself. So I think I got up to 205, so I ended up getting up to 205 today, which again, I'm not a very strong person, but hopefully by doing this I will be able to increase my bench press. Once that was done, then I got into 5x5 on dumbbell shoulder press. The first set, I actually did 10 reps. Main goal was just obviously getting that mind muscle connection, getting those shoulders warmed up before I jump into the heavier sets. I take about a minute rest in between each set, and then I think I got up to 70s on these. I'll probably actually, as the program progresses, I'll probably switch this out maybe with barbell press. Because I only have 80-pound dumbbells. I don't know if I'll be able to get up to 80 pounds, but we will see. Once I hit the 70s and I felt like that was my max effort, then I cut the weight in half. which I put it back down to 40s and then just did as many reps as I can till failure. I like doing that. I meant to actually do it on the barbell or the bench press too, but I forgot. I will do that next time. Once that was done, then I jumped into my first giant set. So I started this off with dumbbell lateral raises. I did 12 reps of that, and then from that I went into dips. This is the first time I got a dip bar, so I'm getting back into these. These felt extremely hard for me. So I was only able to get 6 reps. This was just max effort, so you do as many dips as possible. And then I jumped into dumbbell bench press for another set of 12 reps. So there's no breaks in between each of these. You're just going to go back to back to back once you finish the dumbbell bench. Then I took a minute rest, and then I repeated that for 3 sets. So basically it's a giant set with 3 different exercises. Once that was done, then I jumped into my last giant set. I did another 3 exercises. First one was dumbbell incline bench press. As soon as I was done with that, then I jumped into some dumbbell extensions. Again, I did these at an incline. I feel like it's a better way to target the tricep. At least I feel it more. Kind of lighter weight for each exercise. Again, I'm shooting between that like 12 to 15 rep range. And then for the last exercise of the superset or giant set, it did upright row. And again, this one I did 12 to 15. But again, that was the workout for the day. My main focus when I do a push day, if I'm focusing more on shoulders or chest, what I focus on is I hit my main lifts first and my strength portion of the lift. So for today, it was bench press and shoulder press. Sometimes I switch it up with incline bench or barbell shoulder press, whatever I'm feeling. And then I'll do, once I finish that, that's when I kind of jump into the hypertrophy portion of the workout. And then I kind of, the last portion, which is the supersets, I think of that more as like an endurance. I like doing giant sets just because it's a quicker way to get a good amount of exercises in a short amount of time. Because like I said, this workout only took me about 56 minutes, but that was the workout for the day. Workout is done, and that was a sweaty one. It's like 99 degrees in my garage gym. So, feel super dehydrated due to the fact I was sweating like crazy. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eat real quick. I'm gonna rehydrate. Pretty much already have drank in, I think, 8 cups of water. That's another thing. I try to drink as much as I can throughout the day, especially since it's ridiculously hot. I'm actually not that hungry. I'm actually debating if I even want to eat, because sometimes if I try to eat after I work out, it just doesn't taste as good. So I think actually what I'm gonna do, it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna just go straight to my parents. I think I'm actually just gonna go to my parents, swim for about an hour, come back, eat, because I think by then I'll feel a little bit hungrier. Because what I notice is when I have a hard workout, I sweat a lot. I just don't feel hungry after I work out. So that workout took 54 minutes, burnt 394 calories. Average heart rate was 120. So that plus the 30-minute walk. Let's see what my steps are. I'm at 7,000. 7,055. So I'm gonna finish this. This will put me at 8 cups of water so far today. The goal is to drink basically 2 of these, which is like 128 ounces. So I'm gonna go for a swim, and then I'll come back, and then when I eat, I will show you guys what that looks like. All right, so change of plans. I just changed real quick. I have to eat something, and the reason why, because I know I'm gonna be over with my parents for a while, and then I'm gonna get really hungry. And if I get really hungry and I'm not near food, my mom always has a lot of good food at her house, like cookies, brownies, chips, all the fun stuff, just laying around. And I know that if I'm hungry, I'm gonna reach for that stuff, and I don't want to. So instead of having something that's gonna sit heavy on my stomach and like I'm not that hungry right now, I just opted for meal number 5 is usually a shake. So instead I did the shake, which all it is. Scoop of vegan power, went with the chocolate frost today, feeling chocolatey. 32 grams of Skippy peanut butter, 170 grams of yogurt, and then 200 milliliters, basically a cup, of almond milk blended up. looks like that. Basically a chocolate peanut butter yogurt shake. Macros for this, 448 calories, 45 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, and then 22 grams of fat. So I'd actually rather have more carbs at this meal, but sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. So I'm gonna drink this real quick. Again, it's only 11:30. I'll be back to catch up with you guys for the next meal in a little bit after I go for a swim with my daughter. So it is 2 o'clock, and now it is time for my next meal, which this is something that I just started doing, and I'm really enjoying it. It's basically like a crock pot chicken sandwich. So what this consists of is Cassie made crock pot chicken. Basically, she just put chicken thighs in the crock pot. She put ranch seasoning, 2 packets, I think, of taco seasoning, and then some salsa. Let it cook for 6-8 hours, whatever you want. And it's bomb.com. And then I got 2 pieces of bread, obviously, to make the sandwich right there. And then I got 2 slices of cheese. And then also I got some broccoli. You can't see that. Some broccoli. That way I got some extra volume. I'm not counting the broccoli, even though it is carbs, because it is what it is. But the macros for this: 620 calories, 47 grams of protein, 44 grams of carbs, and then 27 grams of fat. And let me take a bite of this. Yeah, it's bomb. Even though it is a low carb day, it's a good way to kind of, this feels like a treat. Having the bread, the cheese, something I'm a big fan of. Now this will be my last meal that has carbs in it. So for dinner on my low carb days, I'm trying not to have any carbs for dinner in order to see how my body responds. Tell you what, it's 106 degrees outside. That pool felt absolutely amazing. So as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna put, it's nap time for Adeline, and that gives me time to just relax and read a little bit more. So 2:15 right now. My last meal usually is dinner, and that will happen around like 5-6 o'clock. So this is my last week before I go back to work, like I said. So what I'm trying to do is, starting tomorrow, I'm actually going to eat my meals as if I was at work and see basically when my meal frequency is going to happen. I'm going to obviously have my first meal probably about 7, and then I got to figure out if I'm going to have my next meal, my prep, on my lunch. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then possibly after school. Because starting next week, once I get back into my work schedule, I'll probably be working out every morning at like 5. Not looking forward not to be able to spend all my time with my little girl though. These past 2 months, waking up every single day with her and just playing with her and being with her has been super enjoyable. I'm not looking forward to it to end. But anyways, I'll catch up with you guys for my last meal in a little bit. So for dinner tonight, I did my turkey bowl, which if you're familiar and you watched a full day of eating, I never film me eating dinner with my family because that is my time with my family, so that's why you didn't see that, but I will. I did videotape what it looked like, so I will show you what that looks like right now. All it is tonight it was 7 ounces of ground turkey, 40 grams of shredded cheese, and then 85 grams of broccoli saw. Like I said in my previous video, broccoli saw is coming in clutch. It's a good way to give you volume in your food so you feel full, but at the same time I don't even count the macros for it because it's I think it's like 10 or 15 calories for 85 grams, and it's a good amount of volume, so it does keep you full. So if you're looking for a way to stay full on a low carb day, you could throw that in. It does add volume, and then also it does add some vegetables, because you should eat your vegetables. So the macros for that: 459 calories, 48 grams of protein, 1 carb, and then 27 grams of fat. So the macros for the day: 2,236 calories, 190 grams of protein, 127 grams of carbs, and then 117 grams of fat. So on my low carb days, even though I'm still having over 100 grams of carbs, the reason why is because I'm still obviously training. That is what my training looks like as of right now for a full day of eating and a full day of training. Like I said, the goal is to get below 200. I did sign up for a DECA. My next DECA mile is going to be on August 31st, so I'm roughly about 6 weeks out, I want to say. So the goal within the next 6 weeks is obviously drop as much fat as I can so that I'm lean with the same time, but at the same time, obviously keeping my strength, trying to improve my endurance. I got to look at what my previous time was for the DECA mile, but my goal is to obviously beat my previous time for a DECA mile. One of the benefits, which there's obviously many benefits of me going back to work next week. Like I said, I love my job. I love working with special ed high school students. Another benefit is when I am back at school or back at work, it is a lot easier for me to just stay dialed in on my nutrition, because pretty much for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, I'm not at the house. If I have any cravings for something, I'm at work, so I can't really eat bad, even though teachers, a lot of them have good food with them all the time. A lot of donuts. There's a lot of donuts at my high school. And if you know me, my weakness is donuts. So anyways, that's really what my training's looking like. Pretty much doing 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Sundays are, as of right now, my rest day. That may change when I get back to work, but if it does, I will update you with another full day of eating / training. But I'm pretty excited that I have something on the calendar for my next event. You've heard me say this before. I like training. I don't like working out. And if I don't have something on my calendar, whether it be a DECA, whether it be a Spartan, whether it be a High Rocks, I feel like my workouts are just kind of like bleh. I'm like just working out. But when I'm have an actual goal and an actual race, an actual competition, whatever it is, there's something on my calendar, and now I'm actually training for something. So today was technically the first workout back since I was on vacation, and my first training session, and I'm happy with how it went. I'm actually feeling pretty sore from it. My shoulders are sore, and I think it's from the dips. I haven't done dips in a really long time. I got that dip bar all excited, but I think I'm gonna feel it tomorrow, because I definitely feel it right now. I'm super like sore and just don't feel good. So anyways, I'm gonna go spend time with my wife and daughter, and then get a good night's sleep, and then repeat this all tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also make sure you are following me on Instagram, because I'm posting more workouts on there. Also trying to grow this thing by producing good content for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That helps me out. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And then everybody else, you already know the motto: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.